Well, you're watching World Talks on TVP World. My name is Sasha Farbach. Ukraine Recovery Conference opens Thursday in Gdańsk, bringing together political leaders, investors, and businesses to discuss Ukraine's reconstruction, defense, and long-term recovery. It comes as President Vladimir Zelenskyy says Ukrainian long-range strikes have forced Russia to redeploy air defense systems to Moscow and the Crimean Bridge, while equipment in Belarus used to support Russian drone attacks has stopped operating. Yet the conference also begins under a political cloud, with President Zelenskyy's decision to stay away amid growing tensions with Poland. Joining us now to discuss it all is Mariia Ionova, Ukrainian MP and co-founder of the Ukrainian Women's Congress. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Hello.
So let's start with what's on the cards. I mean, a lot of business opportunities. Now, the expectation is 1.5 billion worth of potential deals, over 200 memoranda of understanding, etc. So the expectation is very high. So what would success look like here at the end of the day for this conference once it closes?
First of all, probably more wide picture, because what should Europe do now? It's not only about Gdańsk, but Europe should act really in 4 directions. First, it's air defense, and it's important for all of us. Also, it's sanctions. It's also defense productions, and I will talk about this more detail because it's also about the conference, and of course, reconstruction linked to EU accession, rebuilding Ukraine, because it's really important for the whole Europe. And regarding the conference, why it matters. The Ukraine Recovery Conference in Gdańsk, it's not only about future reconstruction. It is about Ukraine's resilience today. And for us, recovery is not something that starts after the war. Recovery is already part of our daily life and of the war effort, and it strengthens Ukraine's ability to resist Russia. And I think that the priorities should be very practical. Also, as you have mentioned, technologies, but it's about energy resilience, critical infrastructure, logistics, defense-related production, and of course support for the communities. And as I have mentioned before, investment in Ukrainian business. It's also, Gdańsk is very symbolically important because Poland has been one of Ukraine's key partners since the first days of 12 years of Russian aggression, and of course first days of the full-scale invasion. And that is why Polish society, local communities, volunteers, and the state did a lot for Ukraine. So to finalize, I'd like to say that this conference should be a moment not for tension, but for upgrading strategic Ukrainian-Polish partnership and alliance.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I mean, I want to ask you, looking at, I mean, people have been watching this issue has come up, this historical dispute between Poland and Ukraine. At the same time, much has been made to try and calm that down. Yet President Zelenskyy is not there, represented by the Prime Minister of Ukraine. But generally, I mean, if we look at this sort of on the long-term sphere, where do you see this strategic relationship between Poland and Ukraine? I mean, there's, as you already said, this is an alliance that's been there for quite some time. Do you see this now still building out, or are we at a crossroads here? Just give us your brief take on it.
First, a conference in Gdańsk. Short-term priorities, predictable long-term financing. I'm sure that there will be discussions, concrete investment projects, and not only political declarations, and also stronger links between reconstruction, defense, EU accession, and regional cooperation. Because we think that Ukraine's reconstruction is an investment in European security, and all the tensions. First of all, Ukraine and Poland have very sensitive historical issues, but we must not allow history to be, weaponized against the future of both nations, Poland and Ukraine. And that is why the strategic truth is clear. Ukraine and Poland need each other. And Russia benefits from every emotional escalation between Kyiv and Warsaw. That is why both sides need restraint, dignity, and really professional diplomacy. So I think that Gdańsk is already not, a hostage of political emotions. I think that it's very constructive and very friendly atmosphere. And our message to Poland is very honest. We are absolutely grateful to the Polish people, Polish cities and Polish state for support given to Ukraine. But at the same time, we really must work seriously on difficult issues. And but also these issues should be discussed only through diplomacy, not public escalation.
Right, and let me just jump in on that for a moment, because on the screen let me just jump in, because right now we see live images of that Ursula von der Leyen, head of the European Commission, there with Prime Minister of Poland Donald Tusk. Now, European Commission is there. There's apparently supposed to be a fresh announcement of more financing coming to Ukraine. And just generally, give us your take of where we stand, where you think Ukraine stands in terms of that relationship with the European Union and accession.
First of all, we have our homework, which we have to do also after the cluster fundamentals has been open. So we have a lot to do on anti-corruptional policy. But of course, as we every day, the Russian attacks are still going on, but I think that, as I have mentioned, first defense, it's air protection. We are interested together, Poland and Ukraine, to have a strong air defense, and also investments to the defense industry. I think that it should be joint projects because we are in favor both to be more strong in security and defense sector as Poland and as Ukraine. We are that people who has our own experience on the battlefield, practical experience, and I think that we can benefit into European security together with our Poland friends.
Yeah, and I think also that defense, and that's not just Europe, but that's also with the support of the United States. So I just want to get your sense of this recent comment by President Donald Trump. I think this happened just on Wednesday, prompted by a reporter about asking the president, he likes winners. What do you think of President Zelenskyy right now? And I'm quoting here from the president of the United States saying, well, he's doing pretty well. He said that several times. He's holding his own. He's doing pretty well, and he is courageous. He's got great equipment, and he's got great men. He's got fighters. So how do we translate that support from President Trump right now?
We hope that really all these statements will be supported by the actions, because we need more strong sanction policy and we need weapons. And I think that the price which we are paying to show these results is really very high. We appreciate that what we have got from USA, but we really need to come back to more strong political, military, financial, and diplomatic support from USA. As, again, it's also in interest of USA to have a strong democratic Ukraine on European continent.
Mm-hmm. And one quick one, if I may, just really fast. It's got to be fast in terms of this threat that actually, well, this ultimatum really from President Zelenskyy to Lukashenko about a week ago, exactly a week ago, about removing those relay stations, radio relay stations from Belarus, apparently stopped working today. So did Lukashenko listen to that ultimatum? Unfortunately, Belarus is a part of Russian aggression. And, I don't want to come back to the past. And also, unfortunately, the democratic world was also not very active with Belarus. But I hope that we have any way to find roads how to cooperate and to
to show that to help Russia, it's damaging Lukashenko's own country, because he is also a part of this aggression and of war crimes. That is why I think that all dictators has to hear and to see what is going on the territory also of Russia Federation, and also to see that anyway dictators failed.
Right. So right now, though, the focus will be on Ukraine in many, many ways in Gdańsk as that construction conference, recovery conference underway. Thank you so much, Mariia Ionova, there, Ukrainian MP.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. That concludes World Talks, but stay right here on TVP World for more. Goodbye.